and experience and suggest native-land.ca as a starting place. We're so glad to have you here. We're so glad to have sponsorship support from Seattle Public Library and the Seattle Public Library Foundation tonight that provided free tickets. Can we? Be sure to visit their table over there. They have a limited number of free copies of the book if you didn't read it. And by the way, if you didn't read it, you're still very welcome here. What a generous thing to do. What a great thing to live in a town that has a resource like SPL. Yeah. I know this week has been a lot for a lot of people, and I'll just say it's good to be together, and it's good to have libraries. Tonight, you will hear brand new original music inspired by Parable of the Sower from Amy Laybourn, ATHR, Asha Neely, Amber Flame, Nottingham Wicks, Helen America, Vince Martinez, and Reggie, Garrett, and Christine Gunn. Can we give all of our performers a big round of applause? Something to note, we're here at Hugo House. We've expanded capacity tonight. You library patrons love to sign up for things and then sometimes remember that you did and show up for them. But we wanted to honor anybody who checked that box, yes. In doing so, we ran extra speakers, and those speakers have extra cables. This little seam where the wall usually is for the theater here, the floor is raised a little bit, so I just encourage moving around with some caution and care. This evening, we've done everything OSHA would have us do with those cables, but I just want to say it out loud. Those of you at home, hopefully you know the hazards of your own environment. I would say move with whatever care you want there as well. Restrooms are that away. Are that away. And again, at home, I hope you know where those are too. So here's what's going to happen if you haven't attended a show, or it's been a while, or just the week got to you. You're going to hear a handful of these songs inspired by Octavia Butler's Parable of the Sower. Artists are going to come up. They'll tell you what inspired them. Could be anything. They'll share their song. Then we'll have an intermission. Then after intermission, we will have a quiz. To enter the quiz and have a chance to be brought on stage to win even more from the quiz, you need to fill out the little slip. You do not have to have read the book. The barrier to entry is low. And then we take it from there. And then you hear a whole bunch more songs. Along the way, you'll hear a little bit more about what we do as an organization. You'll also hear from some of our partners and supporters. And right now, you're going to hear from our host for the evening, because that's enough out of me. Please welcome Amber Flame.
Good evening. How are you doing? That was mediocre. Are you all right? You here? Are you alive? Are we still standing or sitting strongly? Yes. Okay. Okay. So it's a weird time. But you know what? I will say, when the song finally came, it was actually soothing. And I was like, oh, I'm an artist. And an artist's job is to respond in the moment. Okay. I needed some purpose. And your purpose tonight is to receive. Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to be moved? You ready to be maybe inspired? Yes. Okay. So what I know is that this is a live music show happening as a literary event, which means maybe the brains get a little confused. You're like, am I supposed to clap? Am I supposed to holler? Yes. Yes. We want you to make noise because we are artists and we're sensitive about our stuff. And we want to know that you're being moved by things. So please feel free to make noise, to say, woo, when something moves you. Or, yeah, if that's your style. Or, we'll take that. A little clap, a little, yes, a little fist pump, whatever you got in you, we're going to take tonight. Does that sound good? Okay, we need you. We need you, you need us, we need each other. That's true, that's true. Okay, so I'm going to get some thank yous done because we want to make sure that we thank the people who made this happen. Special thanks to our presenting partners, of course, Seattle Public Library. How much do you love our public library system? We need you. Thank you so much. They bring people, information, and ideas together to enrich lives and build community. I would say that's true. I'm behind that. SPL.org. Check them out. Give them another hand. They're cheering for themselves, and you should. Yes, nicely done. Okay, so we also need to thank our events partners, Clarion West. Clarion West is awesome. I love them myself. If you don't know about Clarion West, basically inspired because of Octavia Butler. So Clarion happened. Octavia went to that, said, oh, this has to happen on the West Coast because not everybody can get to the East Coast. And Clarion West was kind of born from that. Do I have that about right, Marnie? Yeah? Something like that? Give it up for Clarion West. They're one of our partners. You can see and get more information about them at their table. And also Wanawari. We love Wanawari. Wanawari just won their house, a Black-owned house, generationally owned, that exhibits Black artists, Black events, all kinds of things. I was an artist in residence with Wanawari, so I have a special place in my heart. Also, I went to school with Elishaba. Elishaba's been in this community really building from the beginning, since we were at Cornish together years ago, when Cornish was all on Capitol Hill. And Hugo House was a house. Remember? Yes. So give it up for Wanawari one time. Okay, so you are gonna see some amazing new work. I'm nervous. I think our other performers might be a little nervous. Doing new shit is always new shit. In the poetry slam stage, when somebody came up and they were like, so I wrote this poem, it's new, we say, woo! Yes. We also say new shit. If that's your jam and you want to say new shit, then go ahead and say new shit and support. And like, just know that these become things. I will say, and I've been saying that half of my album that I just launched with my band, more than half of it were songs that I wrote for Bushwick. They are, it's a really beautiful creative process from this side of it, and I hope it is for you all. I hope you get to experience something really beautiful and creative. All right, you ready to get to it? Yeah. All right. He gave it to me on cardstock, which I appreciate. Wes must have some Virgo in him. I'm just saying. If I know Virgo. Amy Laybourn. Amy Laybourn, she, her, is a music teacher, a songwriter, a performer, and these are all in new endeavors in recent years. So this is all new for her. She has followed many paths in life, including environmental scientist. Oh, we got some nerdy shit on her, I love that. Stained glass artist, Girl Scout leader, clothing designer, and her favorite role, mom. Yeah, aw. Discovering a love for music has been a pivotal experience and the source of much joy and fulfillment, which she strives to share with others. Amy advocates for exploring creativity at any age, say that, and is a co-founder of Acorn Collective. Conveniently, Acorn Collective, where she's not making acorn flour, but instead, it's a local arts organization that aims to create community through arts and encourage people to discover and follow their passions. We love that. Are you ready, Amy? Yeah. We're ready for you. All right. Welcome Amy Laybourn to the stage.
And should we invite people to fill these front seats if they want to? I know there's some people that wander. Yeah, get up close. Don't be shy. All right. I'm so happy to be here. I read this book earlier in the summer, and I came back to it and was thinking about it from a songwriter perspective. And I was having a little bit of trouble, struggling to sort of emotionally connect with the story and the characters. And then I kind of had an epiphany that maybe that's the whole point of the story. Like, this is a really difficult situation to live through, and like many of us, it's kind of essential to sort of dissociate from your feelings in order to survive. And it's a really interesting juxtaposition given the story and the way that the main character has this condition where she feels everybody's pain. If you haven't read the book, she has a condition called hyperempathy, where physical pain of anybody around her is felt as if it was her own. And so that kind of back and forth between the pain being very real and being sort of disconnected emotionally in order to survive is sort of what I based my song on. And I have a quote that I wanted to read for you. This is from her father, who says, "If they come," my father said in a quiet, even voice, "freeze, aim, and fire. That will save you. Nothing else will. freeze, aim, and fire. Keep your eyes open and stay calm. So this is freeze, aim, fire. Take a lot without falling apart. I feel everything, every blow that struck. Your pain and mine are stuck. Can't afford to share. No one knows my truth. Your pain and mine are glued. It's better off this way. Weakness can't be shown. My features turn to stone. Freeze, aim, fire. Freeze, aim, fire. That will save you. Nothing else. Freeze, aim, fire. Freeze, aim, fire. Keep your eyes open, or else. Believe it. How can I share your pain and not feel anything? The only truth is change. It's our destiny. We are Earth's seed. Freeze, aim, fire. Freeze, aim, fire.
Give it up for Amy Laybourn. Wow! Oh my goodness. Some really big bangers are coming out of tonight, let me tell you. Just in the same way that Octavia Butler had this sort of like visionary idea of what these songs, I'm telling you, you're gonna like be like, remember? Didn't somebody sing about this at that show? I'm telling you, that's how it happens. Just saying. Okay, are you ready for another song? ATHR. We're gonna welcome ATHR to the stage. She is an audio visual artist based in Seattle. You had a show up at Jack Straw recently, right? So a whole audiovisual experience available for you that you should check out. They make music to empower marginalized peoples. Past shows that they've been in, we met at the Beautiful Ones with Prince. Oh my gosh, we did do that one, but it was virtual. I remember, yes, another song that ended up becoming a song on my album. So I know you're making music. You be making music. Sorry, The Vanishing Half. Also, that was where we met in person. We did the Britt Bennett's Vanishing Half. We have both been Jack Straw artists and worked with Sal. ATHR is kind of like, I don't know, the shit. So, now you know. ATHR just released 3 new tracks from a 4-part album titled The Butterfly Effect. You can listen to their KBFG interview on the album themes on their website, which is ATHR.Comey, the futurist ATHR.
Thank you for that introduction. That was so warm and nice. And Amy's song gave me goosebumps. That was incredible. So hi everyone, my name's ATHR. I'm a musician and I'm a futurist, and wow, here we are, November 8th. Who would have thought? How's everyone doing? Are we doing okay? Nervous laughter, yeah, same page. So to say that I like this book, Parable of the Sower, would be a huge understatement. This book is eerie. It's based in the year 2024 and describes events a lot like we're facing today. And reading it, I got goosebumps all over myself and just thought, wow, Octavia Butler, what a visionary and a prophet. And then tonight, while I was sort of thinking about what I wanted to do, I had impressed in my heart a sort of different idea. So we're gonna try something new together. So hopefully you'll all be on top of doing it with me. So I want everyone to take a moment and just stop whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking about, whoever it is. I want you to clear your mind, and I want you to kind of close your eyes. And I'm looking at everyone from up here, my little podium, so great. And I want you to take a moment and imagine a world without Republicans. Okay, not bad, huh? Okay, let's stay with me a little bit. Now, I want you to imagine a world without Democrats either. All right, a little different. Let's keep going. A world without libertarians. A world without any parties. A world with just people. And in this world, these people, they don't live paycheck to paycheck. They don't cycle between waves of anxiety and relief with the news. Instead, the people in this world, they support each other. They have hope. They're not just getting by, they can afford homes. They're thriving. Now, I want you to open your eyes and I want you to look around the room and I want you to realize that we could be these people. There's a quote in the book that really affected me, and I'm going to share it with you today. It says that God exists to be shaped. It isn't just enough for us to survive, limp along, playing business as usual while things get worse and worse. There has to be more that we can do and a better destiny that we can shape. And so I came here tonight to kind of remind everyone that the future doesn't just happen. It's not just something that happens to us, but it's something that we instead create together. It requires all of our buy-in. It starts in our minds, it lives in our hearts, and then we create it and we bring it into fruition. And as long as we're still here and we still believe in that, then there's still a possibility for a different outcome. Thank you. Music is just one of the many ways that I use to create the future, imagine it, and show it and share it to other people. It's so powerful because it really takes these intangible emotional matter and it transforms people's minds and hearts, and it allows them to dream and to believe, and that's what allows us to go out into the world and create things and act on those beliefs. And I think a lot of the music in our culture is so filled with consumerism and sexism. Bushwick, it's kind of this safe space that we can come to and we can create music surrounding more enlightened ideas. And so I'm gonna get to the song that I wrote for the book. It's not quite a song, it's more of a spoken word that I created music to, but I'm totally ready, so go ahead and play it. Perhaps you can't see, but I can see. I can see people. I see them hurting. I watch them. I watch them break under systems that make them weak, that reward the worst of us and punish the best of us. Perhaps you can't see, but I can see. Divisions running deep, like threads that cut to the bone while we sleep. Perhaps you can't see, but I can see the health of a once mighty nation rotting like teeth. Perhaps you can't see, but I can see a different story, another future looming back and forth, back and forth, in and out of reach. Thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, give it up for ATHR. Wow. Thank you so much. Woo! Keep going on that piece, please. This is the thing. I feel like this is such a seeding event each time. There's this sort of like deadline pressure, which, you know, us artists love to run right up to the deadline. But there's this pressure to create something and to speak to something. And then I feel like what comes after that is this sort of gentle more. Fruiting or flowering or whatever. I mean, it's getting all woo-woo and whatever. But my point is, there's something that gets seeded in these events, and I'm just really, really grateful to Bushwick Book Club Seattle for creating this space. Okay, so how many of you have seen the movie, not the original, the Cary Grant one, but the Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith? Have you all seen that one? Yes. Okay, do you remember there's a point where Brad Pitt is like running over some killer and he's like, fuckers get younger every year? So I'm of an age where I'm noticing the people coming up behind me and I'm like, yeah, they keep running, except that they're so phenomenal that I want to run with them. I want to keep pace because they are greatly outstripping us. I really, really do believe in the future right now because they've got some things figured out. And speaking of some things figured out, making some beautiful music, Asha Neely's got that figured out. Give it up for Asha Neely. Asha Neely, she, her, is the #1 music fan of all time. Oh, #1, dang, that's a claim. That's a claim. We might have to fight.
Think so. I
mean,
think so.
I'm scared of you because you're young and you got the knees. And just give me one good time and I'm out. But #1 music fan of all time. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to talk about this, Asha. You and I are gonna have to
Don't
win.
test me.
Okay. How far back of a music fan you go though?
Since birth.
Ooh. Okay, so I meant in history of music. What do you think?
Since the very first song ever.
Oh, we're gonna hear some rich shit. That's what I'm saying. #1 music fan of all time, as well as an advocate for all girls interested in learning instruments or finding more confidence. Come on now. Oh, I see it. Asha can teach you something about confidence for sure. She's been playing guitar since she was 11 years old. Okay. That's like a lot of years, I know.
Yeah.
Did you teach yourself guitar?
No. You want to know who taught me guitar?
Tell me.
The one and only Wes.
Give it up for Wes Weddell of Bushwick Book Club Seattle fame and also private teacher fame. If you need to learn some shit, you know, I was just like, hey, can you teach me banjo? Which is really weird to ask as a black person to a white guy, but he really kind of fucking knows. Just saying. Okay, so since 11 years old, you've been playing guitar. Uses her voice to inspire more music enjoyers, specifically other girls your age or younger. Do you perform as much as you can?
Yes, as much as I can.
Okay, so book her, because she needs to stay busy. Give it up for Asha Neely.
Good evening. Hello to everyone here. Hello to the live stream. If you need a description of me, I'm 16, and I've got pretty controversial hair because some people think that it's black, but some people think that it's brown. So I don't know. I'm wearing like some red and then some blue jeans and stuff, and I've got this little acoustic guitar too. So Parable of the Sower. So what inspired me to do this? Well, first of all, starts in 2024, which is the year we're in right now, and our main character Lauren, she's exactly my age, like when the book starts. So pretty much that's so crazy to me because it's like living through this like if it was me, kind of, but not really actually. She faces like a lot of conflicts though, especially interpersonally, that kind of go against some of her morals and religion, and then she also like creates a new religion called Earthseed, which I heard a little bit about in the first song, but yeah, that's what really inspired me because I found it pretty relevant, so thank you. But what am I cauterize? Do you realize tangled grass for me isn't it just for me? If you knew the way I really feel, my truth cannot be real.
my gosh, give it up for Asha Neely. Wow, amazing. Yes. Okay, we're gonna take a quick moment to welcome Emily Persha, Bushwick's social media manager, to the stage.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Wow, I'm just like stunned right now, Asha. That was incredible. How are you all doing right now? Are you enjoying yourselves? I don't know about you, but is this like the best you felt all week? Yeah. Well, I want to talk to you about membership with the Bushwick Book Club. We would love to have you join our community. I think now more than ever, it's so important to find community, to invest in good community, and to support one another, to support local organizations that are supporting artists, supporting the written word, supporting truth, supporting justice. So we would love to have you be a part of our mission, and by becoming a member, you sustain this organization, you support paying for these artists, and so many other incredible things that Bushwick does. Tonight, if you sign up for a membership over at our merch table, the first person to sign up for a $10 a month membership will receive this super cool framed artwork of our Bushwick shirt. So keep that in mind. We also have sets of cool Bushwick coasters, and if you sign up for a membership, you get a set of 4 coasters, which is pretty cool. You also can get a tote bag. We have tons of cool merch. Make sure to check out our merch table. The other awesome thing we're doing tonight is that we have our beautiful posters for sale that Barbie Statman designed. Give it up for Barbie Statman. She couldn't be here tonight, but she is amazing. She did all of our artwork for our season, and tonight we have this Parable of the Sower poster that has been signed by every artist here tonight. And we are going to auction this off, so you could take this home and have it up in your home, signed by every artist tonight. So we will have a silent auction sheet over at the merch table, and by the end of intermission, whoever has put down the highest bid will get to take this home, and we will announce that at the end of the show. Well, without further ado, I would like to introduce our next artist. You've already seen her, gotten comfortable with her. She's incredible. Next up is Amber Flame. Amber Flame is an interdisciplinary artist, writer, and educator who has garnered residencies with Hedgebrook, Baldwin for the Arts, and more. Flame has 2 poetry collections, Ordinary Cruelty from Right Bloody Press in 2017, and Apocrypha from Red Hen Press in 2023. She is at work on another manuscript, a film, and tours with her band, Last of the Red Hot Mamas. You're busy. Flame is a queer black dandy mama who falls hard for a jumpsuit and fresh kicks. Show them off. She is also co-founder of Generous Press, a new romance fiction press focused on publishing work by BIPOC, LGBTQ+, and disabled folks. That is amazing. Fun fact, Flame is also on the very small list of people who have been featured by the Bushwick Book Club Seattle as both musician and author. Give it up for Amber. And now host.
Hey.
That's an even smaller list. Past appearances have been Akata Witch, Vanishing Half, The Beautiful Ones, Sal Partnership, and more. Give it up for Amber Flame.
Thank you, Emily. And thank you, Bushwick. Like I said, sometimes this is maybe the only thing I wrote. You know what I mean? Like, times are interesting. And as I was listening to Asha perform, give it up for Asha one more time. I turned to Wes and I was like, I need to take guitar lessons from you. Because, wow, I'm not a guitarist. I'm a singer and a songwriter. Give it up for Amy. Give it up for ATHR. Give it up for Asha. The half of the show that starts with A. A is for How We Begin. Yes, like many of you maybe
Reggie and definitely many of the performers. Coming up with a song for this was like, during election? What do we say? How do we not just be doom and gloom? And I don't, I'm not actually an optimist, but I have found that my mission is to turn to joy, and I was having a really hard time turning to joy. And then I saw a quote after the election from an interview, I believe, with Octavia, where she says, like, this has been really misquoted a lot, but she says, I don't have the answer, but we could be the answer, each of us. And so that really, like, I was like, oh, like, dong, it hit me. And if you don't know this, there's an Octavia Butler Way in Lake Forest Park where she spent her last days. And there's a great big oak tree growing there. And I collected what the squirrels had left, the acorn tops, which she can't make flour out of, so don't try. And I thought about her walking and seeing all this beauty in this world. And I thought, okay, we're still here, even when we see it coming. We can see it coming, and it's terrifying. Don't you close your eyes. When you see it coming, won't you put your hand in mine? I don't have the answer, but you could be the answer. Ooh. I become afraid a lot of them would rather see a lot of us dead. I'm gonna choose to believe that we're all humans instead. 'Cause I don't have the answer, but they could be the answer. Ooh. And it's gonna change no matter what you do. You change it, it changes you. And it's gonna change no matter what you do. It changes you, it changes, it all changes you. If we started now, we could build a world when empire falls. And if we started now, it could be a better world for us all. 'Cause I don't have the answer, but you could be the answer. We all need something that feels real to do, and it's paralyzing. We don't get to see how the story ends. We're all realizing, and I don't have the answer. We could be the answer. 'Cause it's gonna all change no matter what you do. change it changes you. And it's gonna change no matter what you do. You change it changes you. It changes you. And I don't have the answer. We have to be the answer. Oh.
Amber Flame. Well, that's Act 1. And that means it's intermission time, so take a trip back to the Bushwick merch table, visit SPL, Seattle Public Library's table, walk to the Visit Jason at the bar, and on your way stop by the Clarion West table. Sit in your seat and scan the QR code Jeff's going to put up right behind me for the digital program if you want to know how to follow and keep tabs on every artist you're hearing tonight. And enter the quiz. And then we'll... how do you enter the quiz? You enter the quiz by filling out the slip that might be on your seat. It might have been thrown on the floor, or there are a bunch back at the Bushwick merch table. And then you put it in the spittoon, and then 3 people get their names drawn and come up for a chance to win prizes. And then we'll be back with a whole other set of music. Thank you for being here. Thanks, SPL, Clarion West, Wanawari, Hugo House. More soon.
All the ages, right here at the Bushwick Book Club. Inspiration from the page, now translated for the stage.
Part of the program includes a Bushwick song. Really, really happy to be partnered with Hugo House and glad for the work they do. So can we get a hand for DK and Jason at the bar? And Executive Director Pepe Montero is here as well. And it is quiz time.
Quiz time.
All right. If you haven't seen one of these before, we got a little ring happening up here, Nick. Yeah, that's always needs attention. We're going to draw 3 names out of the spittoon here for people to come up here and have a chance to win some prizes. You do not have to have read the book. Having read the book, in fact, will not help you. It's an equal opportunity endeavor. This is the Bushwick Book Club Seattle's 15th Mainstage season this year. And this quiz started to fill some time in March of 2012 and never stopped. So here we go. This, by the way, is program manager Drea Marilyn, who is helping out because the quiz is logistical chaos. So we're all on the same page. The question that you need to get right to get even this far says, the book's events begin in what year? A, 1984. That's another book. B, 2001. C, 2024. D, 2112. That's correct. Yes, the events of Parable of the Sower begin in 2024. It would have been literary criminal to not do it this season. So what's going to happen? We're going to draw 3 names out of here, presuming you made it right. If we call your name, come on up. Come slowly, please, up the stairs. Andrea will help you write your name or write it for you on this card for our high-tech scoring system. As you can see here, we play first to 3 wins. Everyone gets a prize. And the prizes tonight, you get, first place gets their first choice, second choice, etc. You get a Seattle Public Library tote bag. Hey. Nothing says nonprofit like a tote bag. And I have it on good authority that SPL put a little something in there for you. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have a T-shirt from KBCS 91.3 FM, longtime supporter of what we do as well. World of Music and Ideas. And from Out of Print Clothing in Brooklyn, a Down with Big Brother shirt. Just, we appreciate the support from Out of Print, and that one felt like a good choice. All right. Oh, that's a full spittoon, he said ominously. Becky S. Write it so they can read it at home. Okay. You can, first name only is fine. Perfect. Initial, I see. So what you're doing. Okay. Cassie Anderson. Andreessen. All right, here to help. And contestant the third. J.Q. Gordon. Okay. No, you get your own turn. And I have the bell. Oh. This is all right, the initials are strong with this group. Yeah. All right. We have BS, Cassie, JQ. Hello. Here's how this works. In the order you were picked, so Becky will go first, Then Cassie, you will step up to the mic and you will... You know what? Forget what I had in mind. Just do that. Do that. All of the Bushwick quizzes are category A or category B, which means I will say a thing and you tell me if it's category A or category B. We've already talked some about acorns tonight. Barbie Statman's beautiful design kind of features what sort of appears to be a Fabergé acorn, or Fabergé corn, if you will. And so I was thinking about acorns and oak trees, and I started looking at the names of different ones, the Quercus species. So is the thing I say an oak tree or underwear?
So A or B?
It's oak or undies, right? Okay. It's either the name of a species of oak or it's a company that makes underwear somewhere in the world. Okay, first the three
I love
wins.
that JQ is stretching, appears to be getting ready for this.
Remember, it's funny when you're wrong. Becky, step up. All right. Number 1 is Cecile.
Cecile. Oh, that sounds like a very sexy oak tree.
That's correct. You can find it in Anatolia. Very good, very good. All right, Cassie. Jolly Dawn.
Undies.
That's correct.
Okay, great.
Nice.
Yeah, company was founded in 1993 in Romania. All right, Bastard.
Undies.
Incorrect.
Oh!
You can find the Bastard oak tree in the southern United States.
Oh.
All right, Becky, back to you.
Hard.
Okay.
That was a bad one.
I tried hard.
Overcup.
C, both.
I do sometimes do that. This is not one of those times.
I'm going to go A because B sounds too obvious.
A oak?
Yeah.
That's correct. Overcup oak is in eastern North America. All right. How about Furbish?
Undies.
That's correct. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to get it this time.
All right, JQ, let's get you on the board. Coastal Scrub.
Oak tree.
That's correct. Okay. All right. For the win. Sweaty. Are we talking sweaty trees or sweaty briefs?
I'm going to break my pattern and go with B.
Incorrect.
Oh,
You can
damn
find,
it.
you can find Schwetty's oak
Steal it.
in the U.S. and in Canada. Cassie, Shizer.
Oak tree.
Incorrect. Undergarment company from Germany, founded in 1875. You can get right
Oak
back
trees
in
are
it.
coming for the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Scheisse?
Yes,
Schweizer.
that's correct. Okay. Pansy.
Could you repeat that?
Pansy.
I'm going to go with undies.
That's correct.
Sweet.
3 out of 4 of the models that Pansy offers are entirely compostable.
That's disturbing.
All right.
I don't think we're ready for compostable underwear. We should be, but we're not.
All right, Becky. Deuce is wild up here. Hearth. Hearth.
Hearth or hearth?
Hearth.
I'm go-
H-E-R-T-H.
I'm going to go with underwear.
That's correct.
Aren't you glad I asked? Yeah.
I'd like to dedicate this to Asha Neely.
We don't usually have wins dedicated. This is what a night. Again, it's good to be together. All right, we're going to keep playing. But before we do that, I'm just going to mention that a pair of Hearth
underpants will set you back $95 to $155. Guess what?
That better be a hearth, too. I'm just saying.
Better not be compostable.
Yeah, my feed is full of underpants ads right now, but
The algorithm
the
gotcha.
things I do for art and community.
Right.
Okay.
You love it and you know it.
I do. Leather.
One more time.
Leather.
Can you spell it?
Leather. You want it in a sentence? Leather is the clue I have given you.
Oak.
That's correct. So leather oak in California. All right. We're going to go till you get one. Blue buck.
Blue book. I'm gonna go oak tree.
Incorrect.
Oh, yes.
British underwear. You don't need to step back. It's all you till
What?
they've all gotten to 3. So it's
Oh,
just,
I haven't?
no. Let me check.
I feel
Let
like
me check
I've been
the
here all night.
analog scoring system here. No, you have not.
Have I gotten anything?
Yeah. You got 2. You just got to get
Oh,
one.
okay. I
But
gotta get one more?
Sometimes that takes a while.
Okay. It's fine.
Gary.
Gary?
Gary.
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 Gary. Underwear.
Incorrect.
Oh, nuts.
Also known as the Oregon White. Mariner.
Gosh.
On a good day.
Can I just go all underwear from here on out?
You can do whatever you
I'm
want.
gonna say underwear.
That's correct.
Yeah!
All right. Audience, a few for you. Sandpaper.
Underwear.
That's an oak tree. Rounderbum.
Underwear.
Yes. And Rounderbum. Rounderbum. Underpants. And Wayne.
Underwear.
Yeah, it's underwear. Yeah, the late. Thank you for playing the Bushwick Quiz. Contestants, meet me over there for prize distribution. And I am now going to hand things back here to Amber Flame.
I mean, was I ever really gone, though? Give it up for Wes Weddell, the quiz master, who really truly enjoys gathering random shit to compare to other shit. And good for us that we have somebody in our world that does that. Because I enjoy the puzzles, but I don't want to make them. How about you? Yeah? All right, so before I forget, I can't help but mention the other partnerships that makes this wonderful event happen. We have Seattle Arts and Lectures. They are amazing. If you don't know about them, you should know about them. You know about them, yes? Seattle Arts and Lectures does wonderful conversations, writers in the schools, they do all kinds of programs. Next up, they have Amy Nezukamatahil. I didn't say that right, but she's a phenomenal writer, and you should absolutely go and see her on December 5th at Town Hall with music from Jess Pillay. We also have Jack Straw Writers Anthology, and some other writers in the room I know that are participating in that. Video episodes featuring each of the 2024 Jack Straw writers are paired with a Bushwick songwriter. I did not know that. They didn't do that when I was a Jack Straw writer. I want reparations. Wes, you hear me? I'm going to need somebody to go and find my fiction excerpt or whatever from Jack Straw in 2000 and make a song. Noted? Recorded? Great. Okay, awesome. There's a YouTube channel. Did you know there's a Bushwick YouTube channel? You can see all kinds of things, including those songs that are inspired by Jack Straw Writers Anthology. The most recent episode is number 4. It's writer McKenna Princing and musician Christiana Crabb. Pretty awesome. Really, somebody get on writing me a song. I've written songs, I'm just saying. I've written a lot of songs. I want my song. I'm just kidding.
I'm not kidding. Thank you. Somebody knows me. Somebody's like, you know what? I've already figured you out, Amber Flame, and you are not joking. Listen, I think we need to come for what we're owed, yes? A little bit? Demand? Maybe? Revolution? Anybody? Just saying. I mean, maybe you're not all cheering for it, but give me 6 months. I bet you will. All right, y'all. You ready to get back to some music? I'm really, really excited for Nottingham Wicks. This is Carrie. We met during a Bushwick show. And Ken, they are a duo that has been collaborating on songs since 2008. Their first song became the title track of Carrie's first jazz CD, I'll Get Around to It, which is one of my best favorite sayings of jazz world is, I'll get around to it, whatever. It's like, peel me a grape, just like, wait, what you gonna do? I'll get around to it. Since then, they've co-written 22 songs for the Bushwick Book Club. 22? I thought I was doing something. I gotta get on my job. All right. Many of which can be found on Carrie's CDs from Origin/OA2 Records. Carrie has been nominated 3 times for the Earshot Jazz Vocalist of the Year award. So what I'm hearing is you need people to vote for this. And stop playing around with this nomination nonsense. When you see Carrie on the vote for Earshot Jazz Vocalist of the Year, cast your vote. Do your thing. Do your duty. Ken, you play bass in many bands. Any band or many bands? Many bands. Are you hireable? Absolutely. We love this. Are you stand-up only or are you electric bass? Oh. Get you someone who can do both. You know what I'm saying? All right. Ken plays bass in many bands and is a fixture on Seattle's original music scene. All of those things. Yes. His own band, Creeping Time, come on. Creeping Time just released a new album called Winter Skin, which is also another song they co-wrote back in 2010. So what I'm saying is, you're gonna hear something tonight, it's gonna go out into the world and it's gonna grow its own wings, it's gonna become a thing, you're gonna hear it again, it's gonna be even better, but right now you get the first taste, and we love that. They have done so many things: Moby Dick, When Stars Are Scattered, Subduction, Walt Whitman, Wind Up Bird, Educated, Handmaid's Tale, The Little Prince, Wild, and all the rest of them, basically, 22 of them. Just saying. Ken and Carrie will be presenting, Tom Waits, a couple Tom Waits song at Connor Byrne on December 7th. So you need some more music in your life, go to Connor Byrne, December 7th, and hear the fabulous Nottingham Wicks. Give it up.
Good evening. I hope everyone's feeling all right. We're just really grateful to be here with all of you. Thanks to the Bushwick Book Club. So much gratitude to the Bushwick Book Club. And our song is called Earthseed Destiny, and it's a hymn to the Earthseed movement. And I would like to dedicate this song to my mom, who's in Vermont right now. What am I wearing? So yes, I'm a shorter person with salt and pepper hair, and I wear glasses, and I'm wearing all black except for some clogs. And Ken is wearing a brown sweater and jeans, and he's wearing glasses as well. And he's got the upright. I think we're ready. Okay, thank you for listening. Walking, gathering like stones, one by one we've grown. This is no world for being
being alone in must take root among the stars. Together, together, digging in the dirt, measuring our worth. Love is what our destiny's sown in, must take root among the stars. So we hang on to our feelings of hope instead of dread and despair. All we've got helping us to cope is the change and truth we all share. Survival, how to protect and defend, gotta reshape and transcend. Need to make friends with our shadows, must revel in our scars. Ah, woo bop, oh bop, wee bop bop bay, ba 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 ba, oh bop boo bop bee bee day, oh bop bay. Oh, ba 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 de de, ah wo, oh ba 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 be da da de ah, ah woo ba 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 be ba, ah ba be be. So we hang on to our feelings of hope instead of dread and despair. All we've got helping us to cope is the change and truth we all share. Revival among the ashes and bone, acorn seeds are thrown. This is no world for being alone in, must take root in the stars, must take root in the stars, among the stars. Ken Nottingham on bass. Thank you.
Give it up for Nottingham and Wicks. Wow. I am so excited. December 7th at Connor Byrne. If you want to hear Tom Waits done that way, they got it for you. Right now, I think we have a moment for our partners from Clarion West to come up. Oh, sorry. Take your time. Take your time. I'm so excited about Clarion West and all they're doing, and I'm super excited for you to hear a little bit about it. And welcome Marnie from Clarion West.
There we go. All right. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And as we've talked about with the partnerships, I think that one of the most important things that we just want to share is this moving forward. It's already been hard post-COVID for the arts organizations, but moving forward, these kinds of partnerships, anything that you can bring together, where we've got Bushwick and Hugo House and Sal and Hedgebrook, it makes such a difference for all of the artists, musicians, the writers that we're with. So I'm with Clarion West. We are a science fiction, fantasy, horror, speculative fiction, everything in between writing workshop. This year is the 40th year that we've been in the Seattle area. And as mentioned before, Octavia Butler taught for the workshop several times out here, nurturing new writers. The program's always been around for new writers, emerging writers, and especially for underrepresented writers in the field of publishing. So we're thrilled to be around. And I just thought that one thing that we might highlight for some of our instructors, we had a pocket workshop that we published. It's out on the desks out there, but it's essays on writing by some of our instructors. And we have an essay from Octavia in there, and I thought that a quick quote from her essay would be a good reference for tonight. She said, "What good is science fiction's thinking about the present, the future, and the past? What good is its tendency to warn or to consider alternative ways of thinking and doing? What good is its examination of the possible effects of science and technology or social organization and political direction? At its best, science fiction simulates imagination and creativity. It gets reader and writer off the beaten track, off the narrow, narrow footpath of what everyone is saying, doing, thinking, whoever everyone happens to be this year." And I thought that was a very good quote for tonight and for the times. And again, thank you for being here and supporting writers, artists, and musicians alike in Seattle.
Thank you, Marnie. Thank you, Clarion West. Is this your phone, Marnie? Yep. You're going to need that because, we're going to need it apparently until it goes down. But that's another story for another time. What I really love about Clarion West, I got to have a conversation with Rashida and Amy from their staff, along with another member from Hedgebrook. I work for Hedgebrook, which is another partner organization, not for this event, but for other events with Bushwick. And we talked about the role of the storyteller. And one of the things I really appreciate that they called out was this idea of we are, the hero is us. There's not super magical powers. There's not something that's going to come and save us, but each of us in our own way, touching what we touch and changing what we change is going to make whatever happens in history happen. And as scary as that can be sometimes, it's also powerful. And that means that we have some agency. And I really appreciate that reminder. But right now, we have some music for the soul. We have Helen America. Give it up for Helen America. Helen America, she, her, is a singer-songwriter, multimedia artist, and cartoonist. Rewind that back. Singer-songwriter, multimedia artist, and cartoonist. How many of you out there writing songs and also drawing? You, apparently, yes. Her most recent album, Red Sun, is both a full-length record full of appearances by Seattle musical luminaries and a full-color art book.
Yep, you can buy it at the merch table.
You can buy it at the merch table.
Please buy it at the merch table.
Yes. So she created two things. She created an aural and a visual album for you called Red Sun, which I'm already super geeked about. Okay, let's see.
It's a sci-fi reference.
It's a sci-fi reference for you noobs out there. She has also drawn hundreds of pages of a diary comic called The Secret Life of Helen America. So basically what you're telling me is you're a superhero.
I hope not.
No expectations. None needed. Give it up for Helen America.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Thanks. This was an intense show for me to prepare for. I jumped at the chance to do the show because I'm an Octavia Butler fangirl. And then I realized when the show was going to be and what the context was. I was like, oh man, this is quite a thing I set myself up for. I got to try to focus on the song and the book right now. It was hard to reread it. I've read it before, but it was really hard to reread it at this time because it is so eerily prescient of what we're going through right now and what I'm very afraid we're going to be going through in the very near future. I was struck by the story of one of the characters is Lauren's younger brother, Keith, who is unlike Lauren, who has hyper-empathy syndrome and feels all of the pain and pleasure that she witnesses in other people. Keith is a character who doesn't seem to have very much empathy. He's a teenage boy, and what's really important to him is his autonomy and independence and being a man. And in order for him to be a man, he kind of disobeys the rules of the community by going outside the walls into this kind of like lawless wasteland, and ends up joining up with gangs who are going around killing people and taking their stuff. And he ends up, they find his body having been horrifically tortured and murdered by some other people to whom it was really important to be men, presumably. And it's hard to not think about that in the context of what we're experiencing in the political world right now. There are a lot of people that it seems like to whom the most important thing in their lives is to prove that they are men and to prove that men should be in charge, and specifically to prove that white men should be in charge. And that is very different from the values that I hold and the way that I experience the world. And I was struck by how seductive that philosophy must be if all you have to do to have a sense of self-worth and a sense of meaning is just be born a certain way. And to tell yourself that you're better than everyone else. There's something that sounds really easy about that. And I think that the thing that terrifies me the most is how much pleasure it very clearly gives people to brutalize and oppress and harm others. Not obviously, not everybody feels pleasure in that, but I think there are a lot of people who are just like having a really great time right now. And it's really quite frightening to me. And there's also in the book, there's this drug that a lot of people are doing called pyro, which makes you want to set things on fire. And it makes it like orgasmically pleasurable to just watch fires. And they paint themselves up in different colors, and they go and they burn people's houses down, and they set people on fire. And they are having a great time. And that I also feel is like a really poignant metaphor for things that I see happening right now. I feel like there are people who are just, mainlining these drugs, like misogyny and white nationalism and colonialism. They are drugs that make people feel really good, and people are just doing these drugs and watching the world burn and having a fantastic time doing it. And I don't know whether that observation does us very much good, but I sort of wrote this song trying to work through the fear and the helplessness that I feel witnessing that. It's sort of like a hymn of the people who are setting the world on fire and watching it burn. And it's a dark song. I kind of hate it. It kind of creeps me out, but it's the song I wrote. Okay, sorry, I've been talking way too long.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, and burn up your names. Brush off the dried milk that has brought you such shame. In the garden your shrouds will begin to unwind. Beams of light will cascade down the paths in your mind. I am never parting again from the ancient divine brotherhood of all men. My allegiance is pledged to my kindred of soul. We have cast off all doubt. We are finally whole. Oh, come to the circle, come into the fold. Fear not the dark winds and the ache of the cold. When the fire descends, we are legion and flame. time. Let the gun in your hands be the voice of your pain. I am ecstasy, sacred and pure. To the poisonous earth I deliver my cure. My illusions of frailty, the skin I have shed, my ascension ignites in the cell of my head. Oh, my brothers, cling not to the salt of their graves. Exult in your dominance, now you are saved. Think not of the silence that waits at the end. You are born by the cause, you are here among friends. Oh, come to the crucible, patient and wise. Wipe off the wet slime and the blood from your eyes. Our emergence will sear away all the unclean. They are only the fuel for the light of our dreams. We shall burn and we shall survive. We shall know what it is to be truly alive. When the ashes have blessed all the earth with their rains, we had nothing to lose but the flesh of our chains. As the embers decay, in that light you will see we have cast off all fear. We are finally free.
Thank you. Give it up for Helen America. Oh, got unplugged. Mm-hmm. You see, listen, we caught you before you went off stage show. That's what happens. We look out for each other. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, I'm always curious about how we flip the messages, right? And we use them for our power. Because we know that it's lies and deceit. And we know that the people who are like, get the immigrants out, are the people who rely on immigrants to make their money. And we know that the fear that they're sowing is fear for us, not fear for them. And there's an us and them that we've really got to fucking work to dismantle. And it's really easy to be like, I'm not like them. But they are just us. They are just lifing. That's the best hope I got for y'all. Sorry. But with maybe, yes, I'm going to put it on you, Jeff. You got a moment of hope for us? Come tell us about it. Welcome, Jeff Larson, the executive director of Bushwick Book Club, Seattle.
All right, how y'all doing? Good. I'm having a good time tonight. I hope that you are as well. And thank you all so much for being here. I'm the executive director. I'm here to talk about style, though. I'm kind of acting as the education director right now. But I do want to just make sure that we take the time to really appreciate all of the staff and volunteers that make these shows happen. There's a lot of people that make these shows happen. And over 15 years leading up to right now, there's been people that have been working hard to get us to this point right now. So please give them all a big round of applause. Thank you so much. I would say every single one of their names, but that is ridiculous. We can't do that. We've been talking a lot up here. We need more music and arts. I can't believe we've been here for 15 years, though, and I want to appreciate you as well for being here. Thanks for being at our events. And consider checking out membership and donations if you get the chance. But I'm here to talk about style. Oh, yeah, here we go. Style, songwriting through youth literature education. Style is our education program. It's songwriting through youth literature education. We have 4 main programs. We have an indigenous storytelling program with Sanjay Segundo of the Haida Nation. We write songs inspired by the indigenous peoples of this area. She's an author, she's a musician, she's a form-line artist. We have a West African dance program with Francesca Berry. We discuss her culture of West Africa and Senegal, and we tell stories with our bodies. We have a filmmaking program with Jack McCool. That's true, his name is Jack McCool. The kids do all the scripting, they do all the writing, they do all the acting, they do all the directing. They tell the stories that they want to tell in their schools over a 10 weeks or so. It's a super dope program. But our main program is our songwriting program. It's in songwriting inspired by the books the students are reading in class. Students are asked to analyze and discuss these books with their fellow students. They're asked to collaborate and create lyrics inspired by the books that they are reading. And finally, they're asked to enter a mobile recording studio where they're asked to record the words that they just wrote. It's a super duper dope journey to observe and be a part of. It's incredible to see how they change, especially when they realize there's no wrong answers when you're creating art. There's no wrong answers. The students who struggle in the traditional classroom often are the leaders inside of the style classroom. It's a really cool thing to see. Now, I'm not the best speaker, so I thought that I might use some of the impactful words that we've seen from our style students that have delivered in our classroom. Would that be okay to give this speech here? Can people see all right? I think that you can see it. All right, I'm just going to do it from right here. These are words that the kids wrote inspired by the books that we're reading in class. So they'll help me along the way here, I promise. Students are often the brightest and most caring of us all. So let's take a look right here. A lot of the words and ideas that students come up with are views in which we should all be living, especially when you see the excitement of when the words hit for their groups. It's like a party as they cheer each other on. They say inspiring things like, "Can't stop my shine," and they say funny things too. I mean, I think most of us think tacos are amazing, so we can all agree with that. But we do need to remember to put our selfishness away and focus on the world and community that surrounds us. We are all connected. And even the people around us who feel they might have made a mistake, they're still people too. And even though we are apart with our ideas, and maybe in person, we all need to remember to keep an open heart. And we need to understand that we are wonderfully different together. So make sure that you take 60 seconds for yourself every day, maybe a little bit more. Don't let fear get in the way. Courage is contagious. Life is beautiful. Let's wrap our arms around the earth and don't you dare give up. Don't forget to take more time to be creative. And let's shoot for the stars. Now, things are feeling, they're feeling a little cloudy right now. But it's becoming clear we'll all have to band together and fight for the communities that we love. So, don't quit. Just don't quit. There's no quitting to be done here. There's going to be plenty that we'll be fighting for in the next, forever. So we have to keep on fighting. So dig in and find your spot. We here at Bushwick, we're going to continue to help artists. We're going to continue to help students think in the creative and collaborative ways, in non-traditional ways. We want to show students that they are seen and heard and are leaders of tomorrow. From their hearts, they'll say things like this: brighter than the sun, more than the stars, we see the beauty in all that we are. But they'll also say things like this. And I think that we can all agree that tacos are super dope. We love tacos. So thank you. I'm Jeff Larson, and I really appreciate you. If you have more questions about style, please come talk to me or about anything else with Bushwick right over here. Thank you so very much. Give it up for Amber Flame.
All right, give it up for Bushwick Book Club. Oh my gosh. If they can get such wisdom out of children as tacos make me happy, then they're doing something right? Doing something right for sure. I do believe, as I've said before, the children are the future. They have to be, because they're what's going to be here after our story ends, right? And I think that what Style is doing is so super important. I also have to say, like many small organizations,
Bushwick Book Club is doing so many things with very few people. They're doing the most. And I have to say some thank yous just for tonight to make this happen. We have our front of house people. That's our front of house sound, Nick. Give it up for Nick Droz. Live stream tech, Dylan Randolph. Our seasoned graphic designer is Barbie Statman, as you heard, this beautiful acorn picture that was made. Bushwick Book Club Seattle theme song. There's the theme song. Written and performed by Julia Massey. Give it up for Julia. Band book season theme song. Oh my God, you got 2 theme songs? Written and performed by the Half Brothers. So you get 2 theme songs. And the Bushwick Book Club Seattle premise is courtesy of Susan Huang. We have volunteers. Oh my gosh. Alicia Baker, I've seen you at every single thing that Bushwick does. Give it up for Alicia Baker, Mike Votava, and Bjorn Watkins. I know you think, wow, it's so smooth, it's so seamless. How do they do it? Well, they have a production team. The production team is some of those same people. Jeff Larson, Carrie Garvin, Drea Marilyn, Emily Persha, and Wes Weddell. It turns out, same people. Our photographer tonight is Kevin O. Give it up for Kevin O. Thank you, Kevin. And one more time for Hugo House for having us in this beautiful space, bringing us all together here tonight. We have 2 more songs for you. Vince Martinez is coming up next. Vince, him, is an Americana singer-songwriter, originally from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry. Though he has called the Pacific Northwest home for almost 2 decades, so you feel me. I also grew up in the Southwest. I feel you. Did you move here for the rain? Me too. I was like, you know what? I'm good on sun. I'll do the rain. He performed at the first ever Bushwick Book Club Seattle show in 2010. And he recently joined the good, volunteer, hardy work of being on their board of directors. Give it up for Vince Martinez. There's been too many shows that he's been in to list, but some of them are Dogman, we love Captain Underpants, come on, Count of Monte Cristo, Violetta, and the works of Margaret Weiss Brown. One more time for Vince Martinez.
Thank you, Amber. So my song is inspired, we've heard a little bit about the story and the main character, Lauren, who has hyper-empathy, where she can feel the pain of others. It's a psychological syndrome. She doesn't, but it manifests itself whenever she even thinks that somebody might be in pain. And I thought about my wife and the writing of the song because she's so empathetic of so many people and thinking about how they're feeling at any moment. And the song made me think of just all the people that I surround myself with and that I get to be here with you today, people from the book club and the community that we've built over the last 13 years, colleagues of mine that have helped support me over the years, old friends, new friends, my family, and people that I get to meet today and continue to build relationships with. And what it made me think of is we don't make it through this world alone. We do it with support and with help from others, and we feel those people and we think about how they feel, and that becomes part of us. But we also think about what it takes to survive. And what it takes to survive means that you have to think, that's the human species of evolution has had to think ahead about what's coming for us, and being aware and feeling those things are what the song is about in the line of the story. It's called I Feel You. I was just a child. If we were thrown out in the wild, I knew we wouldn't have a clue. So when things came unraveled, had my pack set for my travels, already on the move. I hope my thoughts don't talk about it, though I know one day I'll shout it, preacher's pulpit and the truth. 'cause I hold this seed within me, and I hope you will forgive me. Just know that I feel you. Just know that I feel you. Just know that I feel you. Is this world filled with devils? Are they survivors? Are they rebels? Sell their soul for a shoe. Do they delight in the fire? Burn it bright for their desires. Painted face, what's behind you? Just another person, it's the worst kind of burden. Will they stay or betray you? Are they the basic instinct? Are they true and truly distinct? Either way, I feel you. So know that I feel you. Just know that I feel you. All this violence and pain, it's the name of this game, and I refuse to lose. I don't claim to know it all, but I think we'll survive this fall, 'cause I still feel you. God has changed, but you can change it. Fold it, mold it, rearrange it. Doesn't care, it's not fair to you. And while I did not stumble on it, feel as though I ought to own it. Take it to the moon. Weren't you all once my neighbors? Now all I see are strange strangers, a sea of danger coming due. So I keep my family by me. Don't you dare to try me, despite the right I feel you. Just know that 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 I feel you. Thank you.
Wow. Give it up for Vince Martinez. Woo! That was a bop, sir, as they say. We have a strange announcement.
Hey.
Hi, Wes Weddell.
I just realized I gave you an incomplete volunteer list.
Oh, shit.
For some
We got to
thank
say
yous, and
thank
I don't
yous.
want to leave it. Yeah. I
Yes,
don't wanna leave it out,
absolutely.
So I want to add Sonia and Amanda to the volunteer list. Can we thank them? And give another special nod to Bjorn Watkins, who has been our stagehand, moving all these things around tonight. From Hugo House, DK has been here since 9:30 this morning, working on all sorts of things for today's event and tomorrow's.
Give it up for DK.
Jason has been working at the bar.
Give it up for Jason.
Pepe, executive director, is here as well. And I also want to thank Stesha and Samsia from SPL, Seattle Public Library, for being here. And Marnie and Rashida from Clarion West. I want their names said. That's all from me.
Give it up for all the volunteers, all the people that make this Bushwick Book Club Seattle thing tick. Give it up for Wes Weddell. And I think you might not know, but it is being streamed. This is a digital program. This is a hybrid program. We're in a new era. We're in a new world. And so if you don't know about it, it contains links to our websites, all the artists' websites, and more. Some of us have provided lyrics. That wasn't me, but some of us have. Many also have items for sale at our merch table. Do you have items for sale, Reggie, Garrett? Yes, we do. That's right. Go and buy you some. Stop by, say hi, learn about the Bushwick Club, the Bushwick Book Club membership. Also, did you know that somebody made a crossword puzzle based on tonight? Give it up for Amy Zoe, who made a crossword puzzle created specially for Bushwick and the Parable of the Sower events. If you send a PDF of the completed puzzle, you get a chance to win tickets for an upcoming show. This one was free, but not all of them are free because we live in this capitalist society and empire has not yet fallen. And so, if you would like free tickets to a show, you should do the crossword puzzle. Also, if you like crossword puzzles, you should do the crossword puzzle because it's amazing. All of this is stalling until I can tell you about these phenomenal cello is my favorite instrument in the world. Yours too? I would hope so, because you play it so beautifully. Okay, I'm so excited for Reggie Garrett and Christine Gunn. Give it up for Reggie and Christine here. They're a musical duo of unparalleled emotion and virtuosity. Ooh, you better not put that in a bio without meaning it. She said she didn't write it. I didn't write that. Reggie's like, we got this.
I didn't write that either.
Okay, somebody else wrote that. We're going to hold them accountable, but also I believe it. I believe it. Reggie's lyricism and his explorations of the variety and subtlety of human experience are supported and propelled, come on, poet, are supported and propelled into flight.
Damn.
Into flight.
Damn.
Christine, you give them wings. Christine's dynamic and sensuous musicality. Give us sensuous, Christine. Give us. The two paired up as a duo about 2 years ago?
About 2 years ago.
I'm going to say, you need to stop playing in my face. All right, 2 years ago, only 2 years ago, and have performed together ever since. I'm super excited. Welcome. Reggie's done, it says for past shows, a whole lot. Christine did I Sing the Salmon Home, which is a beautiful compilation by one of our Washington Poet Laureates. I'm super excited to welcome Reggie Garrett and Christine Gunn for their virtuosity.
Thanks a lot, y'all. You got the guitar? When I read this book, whenever I do a Bushwick book, it always takes me a while to figure out where I want to go with it, you know, what the tag is, what the thing, the hook that grabs me. And for this one, as I read it, you know, I thought about the main character on her way north, and it was a Candide-like story where as she went along, she sort of gathered more and more people that she became responsible for. It made me think about that. And I kept thinking about the idea of everybody heading north for a better life. And that made me think of the Great Migration, when so many black people left the South and headed north for a better life. And that made me think about my grandmother, who left South Carolina with my mother and her brother, my uncle, so she could make a better life for her kids, like way, way, way back in the day. And if you know anything about the history of this country, the history of slavery, South Carolina, I guess, had one of the most brutal systems of slavery in the whole nation. It had a brutal society anyway, just the state itself. But I guess it, spilled over into its system of slavery. At any rate, she left and took her kids. Her husband didn't want to come, so he said bye. She said bye, and went north, and the rest was history. But the main character also made me think about those two women, especially my mother, who did everything she could for her kids. There were 8 of us, 4 boys, 4 girls. My parents went bankrupt several times, making sure that we got educations, going to the best colleges, all kinds of things. She did everything. She was absolutely the best mother who ever lived. No lie. So when I read this, yeah, she deserves it, thank you. When I read this thing, those 3 women kept swirling around in my head, like Lauren, my mother, my grandmother. And so I came up with a kind of a composite and wrote this thing that is dedicated to all 3 of them, but especially my mother and grandmother. It's called A Woman's Work Is Never Done. Well, I've seen people leaving everything they've known, abandon all those burned and shattered homes, place their weary feet up on that dusty road, heading way up north to find, well, who knows, kill the monitor. Carry a heavy load just like any man. I carry the pain of everybody in my hand. Make sure everyone around me is safe and sound. You know I just ain't got no time to mess around. It didn't take me so very long to see, and now I know it's all up to me. And on this journey as we travel on and on, it seems a woman's work is never done. Well, I've got people waiting for me way up there. They say you gotta come on up here and breathe this free air. Is it the land of milk and honey? Well, I just can't say. But how'd you know in this place we just can't stay? Took some time off to sojourn in the park, but boy, don't you let them catch you around here after dark. Sat down to rest myself in the noonday sun, but all they say is you folks just better keep moving on. It didn't take me so very long to see, and now I know it's all up to me. And on this journey as we travel on and on, it seems seems a woman's work is never done. Heaven help the man who dares to pull a gun and point that death at me and all my loved ones. When the time for talking fades to gray, heaven, you best get out of my way. Heaven help any fool who comes around trying to keep me from that place I'm bound. When the nighttime fires spread their awful glow, heaven, you know it's time for us to go. It didn't take me so very long to see, and now I know it's all up to me. And on this journey as we travel on and on, it seems a woman's work is never done. Well, there are people dying on this journey to be free. See their bodies burned and hanging from the tree. The baby's crying, so I soothe her with my song. 'Cause tomorrow we gotta keep moving on.
Thanks a lot, y'all. Christine Gunn on the cello. I'm Reggie, Garrett, and thank you. Thank you.
Wow, give it up for Reggie, Garrett, and Christine Gunn. Wow. Well, folks, what a ballad, what a lullaby, what a soothing thing to end on, for sure. But before we go, one of y'all is a winner of something pretty special. I did sign it myself, as did every performer you saw tonight. We all signed it as a special gift. Look at these things. Look what they do. They get a special artist to curate something for you all to experience. And this one is a one-of-a-kind thing. Emily, take it away.
This is going to go home to Garth Stein. Yay! So Garth, go ahead and meet us at the merch table at the end, and we'll get this into your hands. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Emily. Give it up for all the staff at Bushwick Book Club who made this wonderful event happen. Give it up for Asha and Amy and Chapter, and Nottingham and Wicks, and Helen America, and Vince Martinez, and Reggie, Garrett, and Christine Gunn, and me. I have been your host for the evening. I have had such a joy and a pleasure joining with you this evening. I'm Amber Flame. One more time for Bushwick Book Club. Wes, are you coming up to say some shit or what? No? That's it, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can stay here. Get you some music to take home on the road.
It don't matter what your age is, all the rages, right here at the Bushwick Book Club.